I believe PLU is moving a political game, but it's not the spirit of amendment of the Administration of Parliament Act to streamline the law. Because an amendment must come with a lacuna identified in the law that cannot meet execution of duties of Parliament. But even within the Administration of the Parliament Act, the provisions on how the LOP can vacate office are in there. One, he should have been removed by the party that appointed him. He should have ceased to be a member of Parliament as provided for in the law. He can resign, and when is the party with numerical strength ceases to hold that position. And any other provision as in line with misconduct or in line with the Constitution, because the LOP is at the position of the cabinet minister, and as equally the way the minister can be censored, even the LOP can be censored. So I don't know what else the PLU is seeking to amend in the Administration of Parliament Act. Maybe they just want to provide in the amendment to cater for their spirit as the PLU within the law. But if it is in the spirit of the law, in consideration with the law of justice, democratic principles, whichever they are seeking for is provided within the law. So what is so foreign, what is new that they want to provide in the law is not so clear. I think this is a political move to suppress the working ability, the constitutional provisions and the powers of the law to act as expected. This is a bad move, it's a bad spirit, it's a bad mentality where Parliament should always be used as a dustbin. Parliament should not be used as a rubber stamp, that for whoever wants to stamp any other document must run into Parliament as a dustbin to accommodate whichever dust that wants to be thrown in line with fake laws. I think this should cease. When making laws, it shouldn't, the law shouldn't have any eye of looking at a particular person. But the law must always come in the spirit of togetherness, generosity, to create sanity and justice within the country. But not the law coming with the spirit and observation of helping to suit the interests of only one person or to suppress the other person. That one is a bad law which Uganda should not tolerate. And we have seen very many laws of such a kind that have ended up also affecting the proponents of such provisions. For instance, the age limit came to catch out Obote from the field of politics. Then you have ended up seeing the proponent of the age limit by the enacting of the Constitution was also caught and ended up amending the term limit equally. Came up people who are thinking that maybe by the end of the 10 years period of leadership, one will have satisfied his or her ambitions, and we have ended up seeing the same equally being amended. So the law must be in a natural form where it serves generations and generations, but not in the capacity to impeach one person, to lay hands, suppress the other, or to benefit one person. The law must be neutral. It must be in line with the natural laws of justice, which have which are infinite in nature, and they serve all generations.
Starting on this,
when a parliament passes this law, I think it will be killing the democratic principles of exercising multipartism in Uganda, because we cannot have multipartism where opposition is weakened. The purpose and the role of opposition is to keep the government in check. So wherever you keep the government in check and the government does not want to be kept on check, then it means that the powers of the opposition are being suppressed. What I predict, I think Ugandans should now be warming up to welcome single partism within the country. But multipartism, as if it is failing, we are failing to handle it, we are failing to accommodate it.
My question.
The 12th Parliament will lose a capacity to exercise its own constitutional provisions, mandate, because the 12th Parliament would have learned a lot from the 11th Parliament, where such vague laws were passed, without due consideration of the spirit of Ugandans. And the 12th Parliament shall be rendered very weak at initial stage when it begins by passing such laws that are not called for by the Ugandans, because any law passed within Parliament should benefit all Ugandans equally, but it shouldn't benefit just a single person. Let maybe PLU take buy some time and consult public-wide, consult Ugandans, and they get their views. If what they are agitating for is accommodated by Ugandans, then that's when they can bring an amendment into this, because the Parliament acts on behalf of Ugandans. Parliament does not serve its own interests as members of Parliament. That's why they are called the members of Parliament. They are representing different constituencies, which must send them with such opinions that they should present within the Parliament. So I've not seen any Ugandan outside there sending the PLU that you go and present an amendment within the Administration of Parliament Act so that you provide for censorship of the leader of opposition. That is their own initiative, their own selfish motive, which they are exhibiting within the Parliament to underrate its status of performance.
Okay, and finally,
I think when the 12th Parliament welcomes and accommodates this amendment, it would have been declared as the heroes of ambiguity in formation of the law. Because where it failed in the 10th Parliament, the 11th, and now the 12th Parliaments are becoming the heroes of ambiguity in law formation, then it will create a lot of wonders. Nze ndowooza babaka bannange aba PLU babuliddwa byakola, kubanga etteeka lye bagamba okuleeta tewanalabikawo kituli kyonna mu tteeka liriwo. Ennongosereza mu mateeka yonna ejja nga wabaddewo ekituli mu tteeka eririwo n'obwetaavu okutuukiriza ebiruubirirwa bannayuganda bye beetaaga. Naye ne bw'oba watunuulidde Administration of Parliament Act eriwo, era etteeka liraga engeri leader of opposition gy'asobola okuva mu office nga pate eyamulonda emuggyeemu obwesige, obanga ekisanja kye kiweddeko pate eyamulonda n'etamuzza, obanga avudde mu Parliament, obanga pate eyamulonda erekedde awo okuba n'ennamba esinga ku ludda oluwabula government. Bw'otunuulira ebyo byonna, waliyo ne provision kubanga leader of opposition era yenkanankana ali ku mutendera gwe gumu ne cabinet minister. Kakati ssemateeka alambika bulungi n'amateeka ag'ensi eno, di minister lwaggyibwamu obwesige. Bwekyo bwe babanga kye baagala nsubira era kye bandizimbiddeko ne balabanga bwe baba baagadde bo okumuggyamu obwesige nga lino etteeka eririwo teribayambye, baddukira mu ssemateeka. Naye kino kye bali okuleeta, nze ndowooza baagala kuleeta mutima gwa PLU okubeera nga gulabikirako mu mateeka agafuga Parliament. Era ogwo omutima bannayuganda bajja gulaba. Gwe mutima oba oli awo ogw'okunafuya opposition, omutima ogw'okubeera abakodo nga ne mu mateeka be bagafuga gonna nga gabali ku migongo gyabwe, era nga teri muntu yenna asobola kuvaayo n'abagambako. Oba kubanga omulimu omukulu ogwa leader of opposition kukulembera shadow cabinet, era shadow cabinet ne leader of opposition aba omulimu gwe omukulu gwa kucheckinga government, kugiteeka ku bunkenke, kugiwabula, okulondoola ebyo bye bakola, okurivisinga mu policies ze baleese n'amateeka ge baagala okuyisa. Kaakati bw'otunulira ebyo byonna nti bo bibayisa bubi, then babanga abakooye multipartism, era nsuubira eggwanga nga Uganda bandibadde balangirira mu lwatu nti live mu bukulembeze obw'ebibiina ebingi lidde mu bukulembeze obw'ekibiina ekimu, ng'olwo ebyobufuzi byonna birwanaganira eyo ne bibeera ku individual merit. Nsuubira ekyo kye kyandiyambye eggwanga.